I think we have a long agenda for today as well. I think we have some great presenters today. But just from yesterday, let's take some stuff that we actually took home from yesterday's presenters. I think we had some great presenters. We learned on some amazing topics. I think we had a great panel, Dr. Martin and Dr. Ward. And we are going to be having a great presenter today, starting our day, which is Mr. Hargan from HHS. So we're just waiting for him. And as soon as he comes in, then I will actually hand it over to him. But I hope you guys got some time and a chance to actually get around the town yesterday. Nothing like upstate New York. I just want to make sure I pull that up. Anything that you guys could, one of you could actually share that what we talked about yesterday, let's say about whether it's readmission, whether it is about how to take care coordination into your practice or transitions of care, anything that you found that you were actually doing different, can anybody come up here and share? Come on, you can do it. Yes, please. Who would like to come up and share? One. Do we have the next speaker? We do. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce. He's getting ready. Okay. At least one. Let's see who's there. So you're saying that you guys don't do anything different for readmissions than what we talked about yesterday? We don't have a problem either. Absolutely right. Yeah. Right there you go. Gina, we have one person right there. All right. Catalyst.
I can't handle silence. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm Katie Doyle with Northwestern. We have a lot of different initiatives, like probably all of our systems have, on readmissions. One thing that we are really focused on is how to empower and bring ambulatory leaders in the conversation of readmissions. Our hospitals tend to have, right, we're a 10-hospital system, and we have hospitalists and hospital leaders and administrators talking about how to change up the workflow within the inpatient setting. But we're bringing in some of our ambulatory leaders to help empower that chronic disease, right, is on the ambulatory side.
That's right.
People get diagnosed on the ambulatory side, they're treated on the ambulatory side, and how do we empower the ambulatory teams to be a part of that conversation? So it's pretty high level. It's starting to percolate within our system. Right. I'm amazed as to how uncomfortable that conversation is. So people in hospitals love to focus on what they know best, and when you try to change the conversation, it's crickets almost. We had an ED readmission team getting together to talk about our utilization and our capacity issues in our hospital, and they were going through zip code analysis and where do we put the new immediate cares and how do we do this? And so then I said, well, why don't we just talk to endocrinologists and heart failure docs and bring them on the committee? And everyone was crickets. But I think what is great is that people are wanting to bring in ambulatory teams in the readmission conversation.
That's great.
So
That's
a little high level, but I think it's a good story.
That's great. Gina, we have our next speaker for the conference. We just want to make sure that we pointed for that. That's the pitch, yes.
Yeah, 9:30 come.
Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for sharing, yes. If I may, at least one more. She started it. There you go.
Good morning.
You're on.
Good morning. Kim Zukowski. I'm with WellStar here locally. One of the things that we have that I'm sure others do have is a clinically integrated network. So similar to what Katie was just talking about, you know, we've started those conversations with our ambulatory docs and letting them be coming to the table so we can all work together for the continuum of care. One of the things that we actually do at my hospital, I have transitions coaches within my department, and I have them look at every single readmission We do motivational interviewing with those patients from the start, within 24 hours. You know, I know that we've talked about that readmissions are a failure, but they also can be your next positive step with that patient.
Absolutely.
So that is a huge section of what we do in my department. And then I have two right now, and we have them concentrate on heart failure and COPD, because in our area, those are our two biggest readmission rates right now, besides sepsis and diabetes. So we're expanding that out, but I think a lot of times we miss the conversation because, to Katie's point, we do diagnose a majority of our patients in the ambulatory setting, and if we don't have those conversations, we're never going to get anywhere. Another nice thing that we do have is we have a dashboard for our clinically integrated leaders.
Readmission leaders.
So there are metrics that they need to meet both on the inpatient side and the ambulatory side, and work together on how we can get better outcomes that way.
That's very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing. So I think in healthcare, yes, absolutely. Can we have the mic here, please, Gina?
I didn't go on the morning run with Brian this morning, so you guys are making me get my steps in.
Thank you, Gina.
Hi, my name is Louise Simpson. I'm from the University of Washington in Seattle, and with a 3-hour time difference, it took me a couple minutes for my brain to kick in and remember something. But just what we do at UW Medicine is there's an email that is sent out same day someone's readmitted to the discharging team and to the new admitting team with a couple of prompts saying what brought this patient back in. Do you think it could have been prevented? What could have been done to prevent the readmission? And then those are collected and analyzed. So it's really brief, but it's very timely, and it just gets people's thoughts right as the patients come back in. And so it's been very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I think in healthcare, we should steal shamelessly, as we all probably do. And best practices, it's not something that you can just read online and stuff. I think that's why we have these conferences and networking sessions, so that we can talk to each other and learn. There's always something new that I actually learn. I have a huge readmission team. I actually chair my own readmission team just because I don't want to give it to another person to run it, so I do it myself. And I think I still learn something new. So thank you for sharing those. Sorry to put you on the spot, but at the same time, I think it's the speaker in you that I would like to instigate. So thank you very much.